So much crazy stuff to talk about. But before we get into the madness, I caught this episode the post battle clarity because my man XL the God is fresh off a super dope battle night last night. My man's headline and doing his thing, nothing new for him. But I'll let the God talk about it. We could talk about some of that experience and what that was like, man. So like, tell us, man, like, what was it like, man? I know that was I listened in on some of the face off that you guys had on the spaces and stuff. A lot of mutual respect there, high level bars, you know what I mean, things like that. So like,
Yeah.
what was it like for you? Like, what was it like to actually get in there with somebody that you respect at that level
Um.
lyrically, and then like to duel like that?
Yeah. First off, shout out to Av. Um.
Right.
Legend. You know what I'm saying? Beast. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. It was fun, man. It's always fun to fight niggas who can fight. You know what I'm saying?
Respect that.
Um. It's always fun to fight people who can fight. You know what I'm saying? And to get to do things at a high level. You know what I'm saying? A high clip. Um.
All right, we
Uh, Av is a definitely a wonderful. He's definitely a dope rapper. You know what I'm saying? Amazing MC. We got in there. We had a dog fight, as like we said we was gonna have. It's gonna be beautiful on the camera when y'all get to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you already know how it is. It's different when you know what I'm saying, when you get to go up against somebody you respect. It's a different level. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to bring nothing whack. He didn't bring nothing whack. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't playing with that shit. And that was it, man. It was fun. And then we ended up chopping it up for the night. We went out, had some, fellowshipping after the battle as usual. It was beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a good night.
so
Shout out to Kenny too. Because Kenny
I
was,
know that we don't get the like I don't want to take away from like the
you
the
know,
the final product that's gonna come out for sure, you know what I'm saying? But like
uh
I have to ask, like, what was a question? So what was a bar from him? You don't
hmm
even have to say the bar, you could just say context if you want, but like what was a
hmm
bar from him that you remember that was like, because again, as writers, I can see that y'all like really
hmm
just stuck to like the sport, the real
yeah,
nature of
yeah,
like battle
yeah,
rap.
yeah.
So like what was something from him that impressed you? And then like what was a bar that you felt like, I know in your writing process or like when you're doing your thing, like what was a bar you had a moment was like,
he,
damn,
he,
I bodied that one.
he had a couple, self flips, X flips nobody said to me before. One of them was,
Wow, really? Because I
yeah,
would
yeah.
think about now you heard it all.
And one of them was one that sticks out was he was talking about like my ranking and shit, and you know, then he said we seen X little before like brother Malcolm, and that shit was hard. And I was like,
That's hard.
that's
That's hard.
hard. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a third round about health and sleep apnea and shit like that. So I had a third round about that. I said he had to sleep in a
Okay, I
specific.
already know the
He
vibes.
had to sleep in a specific position and get turned like a rotisserie chicken type shit. You know what I'm saying? He liked that. So that was fun. Yeah, we was in there just
That's
having
fun.
fun, man. We was just in there having fun, man. It was laughs and jokes and all type of shit. It was fun, man. It was a good battle, man. Shout out to Ab, man. Like I said, he's a
Now you
definitely worthy competitor.
are you back out there for day two today?
I'm gonna try to get out there. I'm gonna see what's going on. I got some things to do first, but I'm gonna try. I should be out there. It was ain't no reason why I can't go out there and rock out, man. I get to be a fan and just chill.
Yeah, facts.
That's the best part.
Man, like listen, I'm always again like the high caliber that you guys put out, you know what I mean? Like I'm always surprised. Like I always think too, like when I'm sitting here and I know how much you already do, I'm like, where does he find time to like be that high level of a lyricist? It's crazy when you like personal training, you're being a dad, you're being all the
Oh,
things, you're trying to be a higher level intelligent being vibrating
right.
at a higher frequency.
Yeah.
And then you got to find a way to like come through all the madness of the world and write 3 fire rounds, retain those, and be able to do it
Mhm.
live in front of people. It's pretty
Yeah.
fire skill, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, it's kind of, uh, it's like what I do, I guess. I know that niggas be wanting the ill philosophical answer, but that's really what it is. It's what I do.
It's
Like
reps.
I'm always make time for rhyming and bars and now I've done it so much that it's like second nature to me. Like it's not really a It's not really something like. It's not really something that I got to be like, all right, I got to sit. I'm sitting down and I'm clearing my schedule so I can write. It's just them shits come to me. Them bars come to me and I just write them down. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom,
that shit's
and
crazy.
I just keep them. The most thing I have to make time for is like probably rehearsing and making sure I got it locked in my mind. But the writing part of it is not really stressful like that. That shit is kind of it comes to me now. But again, I tell people this all the time. I've been rapping since a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 40, and I've been rapping since I was 9. So it's probably 30 years of rapping. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I spent every day writing rhymes for 30 years, but a good majority. I'll put it like that. I put my 10,000 hours in, and plus some.
I'm about to say you're a master of your craft.
Yeah, so it don't take me long to. It's not something that I gotta fucking sit down and at this point in my rap journey. So yeah, and that's what I do. I think everybody has that. Everybody has that thing that they do that can make them like it takes you away from all the other shit you do. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas like to go to the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Play pool. Some niggas like to go play video games. And some niggas are incredibly nice at video games and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like some niggas like I look at like even you look at like a Joe Rogan, like all the shit he does, but he still hunts and goes outside. Yeah, I mean, I was just in the woods for 8 months shooting archery, and like, nigga, what are you doing? Nigga, you run a whole multi-million-dollar business. You making time to be. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody has to have that thing that they do that helps them decompress. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to just be nose to the grindstone all the fucking time. That shit can be stressful. You know what I'm saying? It can be tiring. It can beat you up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. As far as rapping, all this shit is like second nature.
Where so like on you know, you have a very tenured list, you know, you have a crazy list, but where would you rank Av as far as like from the competitive nature of it? Like where would you rank him in your like experience?
Me and Av is definitely probably one of the better back and forths I had. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch it again because I was in it. So me being in it, I can't, you know, it's like a fight. When you watch it, when you fighting, you don't see everything. But I know from just being in it, it was definitely one of those. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a I don't think it was a slack off. It was like when it was his time to go, he went. And he went. And Av, if you familiar with Av, he has a high punch rate, high punch count. He punches a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's a very good rapper. He's talented MC. So when it's his time to go, he's gonna go. And then when it's my time to go, I did what I do. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I think for the fans, because they get to enjoy it more than we do being in it, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna enjoy that shit because it's not a slack off on either side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
so how you calling it? I mean, come on, we're gonna get to it. Like, how you calling it?
I feel like I got
you
the
gotta
first.
watch it back, all that.
I feel like I got the first and I got the third. I feel like all the rounds was close. But I feel like I got the first and I got the third. You know what I'm saying?
I like when they're close, though. I do. You know, I love when like you said, when nobody's slacking and everybody's like they respect their opponent. You can see it; it bleeds to their performance. So, you know, when you said like if it's a no slack situation and he shows up like that, then you know that like again, there's a respect for both of your tenure and what y'all both have done, your bodies of work. So,
and on top of that,
shout out to y'all for that.
Yeah, and on top of that, with the homie Av, like I don't like battles that are bodies unless it's a storyline that comes with it. Like, oh, niggas was like a one-sided battle. Yeah. But if it's the close battles to get the replay value, make a motherfucker watch it 2-3 times.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this nigga killed this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's battles that I watch still that like a Lux and Hollow. I still watch that. I watch that because those, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 times. You feel me? Like you don't know who won. You know what I'm saying? And when it's that type of time, that's the best time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a great way for you to kick off the year.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a great
excellent way to kick off the year.
And we got some shit coming in April. It's what April.
I was about to say what's in. I was about to, exactly. Okay, good.
I can't really say
talk about it, but I know.
They're gonna announce it in, I believe, 2 days or a day. When they announce that shit, son.
Very nice.
That April call is gonna be fucking stupid. I'm telling you right now.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, man, it's great to see, you know, again, you working in that space and doing your thing, man, and you constantly staying at it like you've been doing. Again, it's a show and a testament to your dedication to what you talk about and what you want to do. So shout out to you and all your peers and cohorts and constituents in there, man, because it's not an easy craft. Like, people enjoy the end product, but they don't understand like what it really takes to be in that space.
Yeah, so, for sure. It's not an easy. I tell people all the time, it's battle rapping is rap on steroids, right? It's
what's up, brother?
Battle rapping is rap on steroids. You feel me? I have to rap. I have to write my shit, memorize my shit, control all the elements in the room, perform my shit perfectly on the spot. Can't fuck up, you know what I'm saying? So it's just rapping on steroids, really. But at the same time, we make it look good.
Yeah,
correct. Make it look easy. It makes it look like anybody. It's like stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy looks easy. It looks like it's just a nigga talking with a mic. That shit ain't easy, man.
I was gonna say, I take it's funny because, you know, I do my consultancy and I do a lot of public speaking. I speak at, you know,
public speaking ain't easy neither.
Bro, I take a battle rap approach to it. That's kind of like the irony of it. Like, you know, you think that like you're not freestyling when you go up there and do public speaking. So you got to get your bars together for all intents and purposes. You got to get your bars together. And then you also got to practice those bars. You got to make sure this word is aligned here. Does this bridge into this conversation? Does this dialogue happen? So like, there's really a masterclass that you can understand from battle rap that translates into all forms of public speaking. If you can just see the through line. So like for me, that's always been, I think that's probably what's drawing me to it, because coming from like a hip hop background, loving music, being in the space where I do a lot of public speaking. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but like battle rap is one of the wildest, most difficult public speaking engagements of all time. Right. You know, I got to talk to some people in an energy space or like in a banking space or something like that.
But even still, you got to keep.
Cameras are already built there. I can build off of what's there. You're creating from like another place.
Yeah, but you still got to keep them. You got to keep them engaged when you're doing public speaking. You can't just get up there and rattle off facts and then the motherfuckers be falling asleep and shit like that. You can't be like, well, this is this. You got to keep them locked in. And the best place to learn it is talking to kids.
Correct.
Because if you're in a room full of kids and you start talking and you start lagging, they'll let you know. They'll start trailing off right in front of you. They don't give. If you don't, you got to keep them engaged. They like talking to kids helps. You know what I'm saying? Because kids don't lie. They lie, but the youth, their body language will tell you everything you need to know. Oh, they're not feeling it. If the younger the child, the more. If they're not feeling it, they're gonna let you know.
Yeah, I could tell you from personal experience of doing speaking engagement for a while now, my consultancy, that schools are the toughest crowds. They're not the toughest crowds from the sense of like my approach to delivering, but I have to change my approach. You know what I mean? You know, you have to synthesize it down, and you have to make it relatable, and you have to gamify it. You know what I mean? Like I can go if I'm doing you know, strategic engagement with one of my clients, and I'm doing a speaking engagement, I'm speaking to a small sect of their company, like let's say just their board of trustees or whatever. That conversation level is different than what I'm going to give, let's say, the kids at their service in their ecosystem. Right. the message, the topic points are there, but you got to change the delivery. So yeah, like you said, like kids are one of the easiest ways. I mean, even when I do like you know, we just finished curriculum for the state. There's gonna be some curriculum coming out in the state next year for clean energy and energy renewables, all that stuff, right? And when I do my videos and I edit them, my beta test group to watch the videos to see if it retains their attention are kids, like my kids, my friends' kids. I actually have like a viewing party with like, you know, some of the friend, you know, family friends' kids. They come over and watch these videos because if I see that it captivates them the whole time, I know I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah,
if I see that it ain't keeping them.
Yeah, you play it for the kids, man. I play it for the kids. Anything I'm doing, I play it for the kids, B. I play it for the children. Yo, you like that? Was that fire? And if it's not fire, they're gonna tell you. Nah,
correct.
Nah, Mr. C, that's not it. Or nah, I'll play it for the fucking kids. I don't give a fuck.
Correct.
Like I'll play it for the babies. The babies is gonna tell you everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like that's the 5% motto. Because people have it messed up in the 5%. Like, the Clarence 13X wasn't teaching grown-ups. When he left the nation, he wasn't teaching grown-ups the lessons. He was teaching the babies. That's why everything with the 5% is teach the babies. We're for the babies. It's for the. He was grabbing kids at 9, 10, 11, 13.
Yes, same with the Panther Party, same thing.
Yeah, going where the youngins is at. Because if we can get them young, they can avoid that whole street, whole other side of the road. If I can get you at 7 and get you on the right path. So he had to like you said, gamify. He had to, he can't hit a kid. So even in the 5%, like they say, you don't really know your knowledge until you can explain it to a child. And they understand what you're saying. That's a baseline I carry through my life. Like, if I can't explain this to a baby or a kid, then you don't really know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you say this to a 5-year-old? And if the answer is yeah, then you're in the money. You know what I'm saying? If it's not, you're just talking, man.
It's interesting because a lot of people can't explain things to children because they actually don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, they just don't know what they're talking about. They've learned buzzwords and they've learned like the concepts, but they've never like actually implemented it beyond working for someone else. This is why like I tick at a different speed because I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I will be for 50 years too, but 15 years now. And once you get to a certain point with your entrepreneurship, you don't see, you know, you put a video up of a gentleman that was talking about the fact that people who try to minimize what $100,000 is, and they try to give you financial advice. They try to give you financial advice, but they try to minimize what $100,000 actually is in this economy. And that mentality, I always shared that sentiment that when people act like $100,000 isn't nothing, I know that they've never seen it because they don't understand how hard it is to. It's hard. The race to $100,000 is harder than the race to $1 million. I do not have time to explain that to people in this podcast today, but I could break it down to you.
That's the hardest money you're ever gonna get. Because
I could break it down to y'all.
Once you get the first 100,000, the next 100,000 is easier because now you know how to get 100,000.
Yeah, correct. But people don't. It boils down like there's. Okay, so one thing I would like to talk about, like people like avoid all the time, is there is a, for lack of a better way of putting it, this is not an egotistical thing. I'm really tired of people like feeling the kind of way. Like I have to talk about like what I've accomplished. So like you have to hold that if you feel away. I don't care anymore. You know, when he talks about like, so reaching 100K is hard in any sector that you're in right now. You can look at it. So you can think that it's not. You can play the lottery game of like and play the vision game of like seeing the entertainment realm where somebody might get 100K 1 time, 2 times, but to consistently create a system where you're getting that solvency, where that is a repetitive thing, that's not an easy accomplishment. So I don't think it's good to minimize that. And what you can do with $100,000, if you understand what to do, is you could change your life. I think most people operate on an 8+8+8 spectrum, and they don't understand the compounding nature of 8 times 8 times 8.
Yeah.
And again, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like what I, speaking of what you were saying, like, I don't have time to like tell folks stuff that they don't want to listen or they don't want to get from people who have experienced it, especially if you have an implicit bias about the fact that I look the way that I look. So it seems like, how could he know? And it's like, how could you not know is my question, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, even if
what you just said is that I synthesize. So like books like this stuff that's all behind me, this is not for show. Like I read all of this shit. What I do is I take all of these books and then I synthesize them down into ways and give my kids practices that they can use for function now. So like my girls have bank accounts and they sit there and we look at what interest rates are. Like again, like when you're born up until 25, your brain is developing, but your brain is also losing neurons over that time. It's basically trimming the fat. It's like, okay, what is this shit you didn't use? I'm not keeping none of this. But the point is, if you don't use it, you're not going to retain it. And in children, that's the best window to use it, because after a certain age, the drop on your neurological activity is precipitous drop. You're only going to retain what you retained. And that's why the childhood is so important. So again, like you said, being able to synthesize that information down and give real practical examples on how you can practice it is huge. And you can do that with a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old. It's just about how you're giving them the framework.
Even in the entertainment space, right? Because the rappers and shit, they make it look easy. First of all, entertainment is where you have to make it look like everything is bigger than life because it's entertainment. But in the entertainment space, you know how hard it is to get $100,000 for a show.
I be trying to explain to people, man.
You know who you have to be. You have to be. Like I can tell, like, you know, $100,000 for just a show. You got to do a lot. Cortona P, what up? You got to do. You know how hard you got to fucking work to get $100,000 for you to show up somewhere? That's a lot. You got to be.
But you're a hater for like.
When people be like six figures ain't
you
shit.
become a hater for like giving them. But you become a hater for like giving people that aren't prepared for that information. They just have this like delusion idea of what it takes. They don't understand. You must have a draw. Can you put asses in seats? That's what gets you that.
I'm not giving you $100,000 for nothing. I need that back. I need double.
I need that back.
I need double. If I'm giving you $100K, that means you can make me at least 200, 250. So I'm gonna give you this 100 because you're gonna make me that back plus some. You understand what I'm saying? So I think people get caught up in the glitz and glamour of it. Like even with battle rap, right? Like you said, looking at it looks. Do you know what it takes? You know what it takes. Do you know what it takes?
I know what it takes. Yeah.
And this, we ain't even gonna talk $100,000. We're gonna talk just a regular event. You know how much work it takes for a regular event to occur? That's why I always say shout out. That's why I always say shout out Kenny.
Absolutely.
You know he got.
I can't do it.
Kenny has to take phone calls. He got to make sure niggas land. He got to make sure if you got people from out of town, everybody got rides to their hotel. Everybody got hotel rooms. Niggas landed over here. Niggas ate. Niggas showered. Niggas did this. Run the event. Don't be talking in the. It's more. Don't talk in the crowd. Got all the cameraman. Is he good? And that's regular. That's not $100,000. So it's like people don't see what goes on behind shit, but they see what's happening. They just see what's happening, and then they go, "Oh yeah, nah, this is easy. Oh yeah, nah, I want to jump into any sector." Any sector. It's not even just a rap thing. It's any sector. Like I could see Lionel, I could see you doing your thing with Windworks and be like, yeah, I could do that. And then I get in there, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because you put the man hours in and dealt with them people to make now it's easy to you. So now once you go in, you know what points to hit, where you talk, we talking about this, blah, 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 blah. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You put them hours in.
I think what people lose in this process. So a couple of stats that gentleman gave that you brought up. Hold on, let me read this comment real quick. I've been setting up paid shows, artists, no pay to play. So I definitely understand, not at the crazy big money level, but I understand the background of show plan and get everyone paid. Yeah, it's tough. And Libs, I was one of the first people to establish that formula for the city, like getting and actually doing it in a way that it was getting the city to understand why they should be funding artists in that realm and why we can put platforms together, because you get all of this money off of tourism and all this other stuff, and you advertise the arts and culture, so you better supplement that arts and culture so it can exist and keep adding that value to your city. But anyway, I'll digress. So you know what time it is. But the part that gets me, right, is like people get so caught. Okay, so like quick stats that the gentleman gave. So according to the U.S. Census, 6% of Black adults in the United States had an annual earnings of $100,000 or more. 16% of that are Black adults with at least a bachelor's degree. And then there's 2% of that are Black adults with some college education. Again, no ego. It's like, but when I try, so that's what, when I know those kind of stats, and then I understand the path that I took with no college education to reach that 2%, that people don't understand. I tick at a different speed, because like that took a certain level of discipline to be able to overcome those challenges to get yourself into a 2% space. And that's just individual income. Then for my wife to do the same, she did the same in her own right. It's doable, but what people don't understand is they get caught in the number of it and not the practice of it. They get caught in the idea of like 100,000 a year and not get caught in the fact of the discipline that it takes to get that. And then above all, getting it is actually, okay, let me be careful here. Getting it is easier than you could actually think once you get the discipline, but the true discipline is how do you keep it and how do you grow it? If you don't understand how to compound finance, it's going to be tough. And you have to understand that like it's not quick money for the compound that we're talking about. Do you know that $81 billion? So Warren Buffett in 2020 was worth $84 billion. Do you know that 81 billion of his dollars was made after the age 65?
Yeah, Warren Buffett always.
Did y'all just hear me? He made
always said
$1 billion after the age of 65, and majority of that money did not come from robbing this and shaking this. It was compound interest of money that he put into the market smartly, not this stuff that people tell you $100,000 is a lot of money. If you understand how to maneuver $100,000 in the market and compound it and walk away from it, you can make a lot of money.
No, tell Warren Buffett $100,000 ain't a lot of money. He's gonna laugh at you.
He's gonna laugh at you.
He's gonna be like, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. What are you doing?
So we have to change our mentality and our relationship with how we look at currency.
Yeah, dog.
For me, it's weird. This is gonna sound very weird, but for me to reach that space, I had to treat the money as a byproduct of. I didn't care about that. That was going to be a derivative that was going to come from me executing this plan, me executing this discipline, and then building the relationships. Because it's not just that. Listen, there is a level of luck in this. Let me give you another example. That same 2% that we've made it to, the same 2% existed for the probability that me and my wife would be together at this point in our lives based on my background. So you got to think about, like, there is a level of your life that is a little bit fortuitous and lucky, but it's all about whether or not you're prepared or have the vision for it. If you believe that your life is unlucky, your life will manifest that. I know that sounds contrary to what you might, or counterintuitive, what you might believe and you might understand, but I trust me, most people quit before they actually convince themselves to heal themselves by their scars. You can't just live with those scars. You got to heal yourself from them. I can't relate to most people I talk to now because most people want to cry. I don't have that in me anymore. I just have healed by it, and I want to help people understand the mentality that it takes to get to what you say you want to get to.
Yeah, the shit is over. Like, here's the point, man. We either gonna do it or you not. Either way, you gotta, like, if you fail or you win, you still got to get up and keep going. So you might as well just keep going, right? So when we looking at it, like, yo, to get to a certain mark, whatever it is, $100,000 to $50,000, whatever the fuck it is, who cares?
Who cares?
But go for it, you know what I'm saying? But to treat it like it's nothing, because you have people that never seen it. They don't know. Like the people, you could tell. The people, like the people who say
You
shit
could tell
like
when
that.
I didn't see it. You could tell when I didn't see it.
The people who say shit like that are people that never worked for it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like this is with anything, right? Like I'm in the fitness space. People who work on their bodies, work, talking about work, go in the gym 5, 6 days a week, do dog work in there.
Mm-hmm.
They know when they see another motherfucker that work on their shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? They know. I've went from being in the gym as a super skinny dude, and then people watch me progress. Now all the diesel niggas, what's up, nigga? What's up? Yo, you good? I don't even know these niggas from Adam. I don't know their names. We don't got no numbers. We ain't
Yep.
exchange, but we got the relationship. When they see me, I see them.
Right.
We good. What's up, my nigga? We shoot the shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Cause they see, yo, this motherfucker come in here and work every day. I see him. He's in here working. So we value that. Now, motherfucker that on the be on the juice, niggas is going to get the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like the shorty that be in, I respect the shorty in the gym working every day over the shorty that went to go get the BBL. The shorty that go get the BBL, you don't value your body, so you still out here bullshitting, eating, drinking, smoking, doing what. And there's nothing wrong with drinking and smoking. Dude, live your life, but don't be out here saying oh, this body fitness shit is easy. No, it ain't. Some days I don't feel like doing nothing, nigga. But I have to go in there and I got to hit it hard. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you work, so the people that worked for the 100,000, like that dude that I posted, he's wealthy, super wealthy, but he had to work for his 100. You know what I'm saying? So when he got that first 100, he was like, "Oh yeah, nah, I know what it takes to get 100. Now I know what
Hey,
it
let
takes."
me
You know what I'm saying?
let me share an example with y'all.
It's like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan had to work hard as fuck to be Michael Jordan.
Correct.
He wasn't genetically gifted. You know what I'm saying? He was 6'6", he was skinny, and then when the Detroit Pistons was whooping his ass and slamming him out the air and all that shit, he had to go lift weights and get his muscle up so he didn't get slammed around.
Correct.
Kobe Bryant had to work. LeBron James, all these people have to work to be where they at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Correct.
I always use the Steph Curry example. You see Steph Curry shoot the threes. You don't see him shoot the
Mm-hmm.
1,000 other ones in practice.
Correct.
Like you see Steph Curry, it's easy to see Steph shoot the threes, but you don't see Steph shooting 8 zillion threes in practice and going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So yeah, it's
I
like
mean, at the end of the day, it really comes down to mentality. Stop thinking anything's gonna be a given. It's not. And like be. This is crazy. All right, so everybody thinks about the success of things. Again, not the like the processes or whatever, but like you have to be. You can't be. It's not about being bold enough to succeed. It's about being bold enough to be willing to fail. But it's about maintaining some equanimity when you do that. It's about being stoic in the moment because that's going to be a part of success. Like failure is a part of success. There are days when you tried to go into it to hit a new PR, a new personal record on your weightlifting, and you say, "Oh, this ain't it today. This ain't it today."
yeah, you
But
fail.
you keep going at that weight that's right below it. You fail. You work to failure, and then what happens is your muscles build that success through your repetition, and now you're benching shit you never benched before, and that feeling
and I
that
failed
you get when you lift that
times. Zillions, nigga. I failed zillions of times. Up, can't go, up, can't do it. And then I chill and get back right. That's you gotta humble yourself, my nigga. Like you in it, you're in it for the long haul of it. If you in it for the long haul, then you know failure is what comes with it. I like when I fail because it's like, word, hell yeah. Now you done gave me something to now. You feel me? Like I failed. Oh yeah, now I'm about to wait till the next time. bitch ass nigga. I be in
Correct.
there talking shit to the
Correct.
weights when I fail. Wait till the next time, bitch ass nigga. I'll see you next week. I'll be right. I'm on your ass.
I do too. On God.
I'm on your ass.
So
Trust and believe
one
that.
concept too that you brought up, and I was reading this book. We started our little book club in the house. This is the latest financial book I'm reading.
The Psychology of Money, is that what that is?
Yes, sir. You know it.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I got the audio book though. I didn't read it.
Yeah, amazing. So Never Enough is a chapter that is the third chapter, and the theme is, I'm just going to read you a couple of things because this is one that I struggled with. Here's one thing that I struggle with immediately is once I've reached the number or the goal that I wanted to reach, once I handled the disciplines that I wanted to handle, and that number was an outcome from those disciplines. One thing I had to kick, and it was very hard to kick, was the scarcity complex of the way that I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
So I achieved this goal. I wanted to achieve this goal. I achieved it. And then I found myself sitting in a space where it's like, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel like it's not enough? Right. So there is a thing with us where we hit this space where something can be never enough. And this is the part where you were talking about when we were talking about generational wealth and the concept of like people misidentifying that concept, and they're crashing out trying to cash out. Don't crash out to cash out. You don't have to do it that way, but you do have to understand what is enough for you. And let me just give you some of these quick highlights from this chapter. So the hardest, I'm just reading the bullet points from the chapter. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. When I read that, I felt a heart palpitation, guys. I was like, yep. I do that to myself. It's almost weird because like once you hit whatever your mark is, now there's an anxiety that comes with like keeping that mark and exceeding that mark. And you don't really ever have time to appreciate it. Like XL said earlier, you could be so to the grind and you could be so caught in that, you're not even appreciating what you're building. And then social comparison is a huge problem. Let me give you an example. There was a baseball player who made hundreds of millions of dollars. And at the end of his career, he was completely broken. People were trying to figure out, like, how did you squander hundreds of millions of dollars? Same organization, there was a janitor who worked in that building, made $50 an hour, modest living, had a standard 401k, but what he had was a very good diversified portfolio and investments, and his interest compounded over time. Now, they track this baseball player's finances, and they track this janitor's finances. And at the end of it all, this baseball player was bankrupt, broke, done, completely irrelevant. The game was beyond them. They couldn't earn another contract. The dream went by. When the janitor died, he died with over $2.5 million in his account, and nobody could understand where it came from because, again, he never changed his job. He never shifted what he did. What he did shift, what you can't see on surface layer, was his mentality and his relationship with how he was looking at his finance. I'll give you an example. If I feel the need to throw money at anything frivolous, I don't knock that need all the time because we're humans. But I do balance it. Sometimes I say, I'll be on Amazon, something stupid. I'm like, do I really need this $300 thing? You know what? I just felt that I had the urge and I was about to spend that $300 on this thing that I know I didn't need. I could take that same $300 and throw it into my whatever investment portfolio, whatever path you want to take. And then, but again, social comparison steals that from us. It robs us. We have to build bespoke ways of how we're going to navigate our own personal finance. No two people are the same. No two financial experiences are the same. So you can listen to people, you can get their best practices, but you still have to derive something from that to make your own approach that's going to work for your lifestyle. If you have a 9-to-5, you don't have to stop working at a 9-to-5 to be able to leave something for your family at the end of your legacy. You just have to have the right mentality and relationship with understanding how to set yourself up. And then from that, it goes into enough being too little. Don't ever let don't ever minimize what you have right now. What you have right now is excellent for you. And if you feel like it's nothing, then you know where you are and you know what you need to be doing. But I can tell you right now, it's not nothing if you still have your life. Sometimes we forget that we look at the value of all these other things. We're not even just looking at the value of existence. And then there are many things never worth risking, no matter the potential gain. So sometimes there's things that's not worth risking, no matter the potential gain. I have turned down a myriad of opportunities that have come my way because I understand the power dynamic of what's actually being offered to me. What's actually being offered to me is a very high premium number for me to sit on the shelf, work for them, instead of me getting my high premium. I have no ceiling in my space. There's more risk with me having to go out and get what I need to get from my business, but I have no ceiling. Me taking some of those offers that were offered to me are great. And you know what was pulling at me sometimes with those offers? It was the security of, like, as an entrepreneur, we got to pay for our own insurance. We got to take care of our own stuff. So there is a pull to that. Oh, I can get some state benefits. Doesn't matter. Again, it's about what works for you. For me, what worked for me was to keep chasing what I was going to be doing. And then again, the confounding nature of compounding. If you don't understand compounding, please, as fast as you can, get a relationship with it. And I recommend one more thing before I'm done. Please read Thomas Sowell's book, Basic Economics. That is a very thick and deep read, and I know that looks very intimidating. Get the Audible, doesn't matter. Listen to it. There's programs out there where you can now put the Audible book into another program, and it'll spit it back out to you in podcast form. There's plenty of ways to digest this stuff, but he is a Black economist that is typically shunned because of his views on not having victim mentality about some of the things that we're dealing with in our economy, because some of it has less to do with racial dynamics and more to do with socioeconomic class and our understanding of our financial situation. Blah.
Our people love being victims, B.
Can't do it anymore.
I don't do it. Right? Our people, we love the protests. What happens after the protests?
What happens?
What happens after? We love to cry about shit. What happens after you're done crying? You got to do something.
Correct.
You got to do something. Talking don't mean shit. I said this to somebody the other day. Kicking knowledge on the internet don't do nothing. If you ain't out in the field actually talking to people face to face and giving them the game and really helping them, all the shit you talking on the internet don't mean shit. Yeah, you might help a couple people. Yeah, you might. What I'm saying is, it's easy to talk because everybody virtue signals, right? Nobody would tell you, I'm fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up mad money in my life.
That's why I love telling them.
I'll tell you right now, I fucked up mad bread in my life.
Hell yeah. You kidding me?
I've made probably $1 million over the sum of my life and fucked it off.
Yep, I definitely have.
I fucked it off, right? I fucked up opportunities. I fucked up relationships with good people just being on some nigga shit. Nobody tells you that because at the end of the day, the internet is the highlight reels where everybody wants to come be this fucking, yo, man, listen, man. Nobody fails on the internet. Even in the gym. I bench 400. They only post when they bench it. They don't post all the times that they failed and shit like that. Right? You got to get outside, touch the people, be around. You know what I'm saying? So that book, when it talks about the goalposts never stop moving, that's how it's a human thing.
It is.
Because we looking for comfort. We always looking for something. Yep. Humans are from the time we were hunter and gatherers, we're always looking for a better thing. So it's like, okay, this spot is good, but this spot ain't going to be good forever because it's going to get wintertime. Where the fuck can we move? So we do that now. You wanted this house. You wanted this house. You wanted this house. You wanted this house. Joe Rogan said a perfect example. So when he first got to LA, he was doing acting. And his whole thing was to have this dope-ass apartment. Had, fly bachelor pad, had the pool in it, had the pool tables, all that shit, yada, yada, yada. He was like, then I got it. He was like, and it just became my house.
Yep.
He was like, now it's just my crib. He was like, and then I realized I don't need all of that. He was like, all I really need is to not have to worry about my bills. And the rest of life is good.
Yeah.
It's like if you can get yourself to a space where you don't have to worry about paying your bills and that part of your life is good.
It's automated. You set it up.
Everything else is straight after that. He was like, as far as like mentally, now you can think. Now you can go do some other shit. Now you can, you know what I'm saying? So I think with the game, you know what I'm saying? Like with the game, with people, I think it's always goalpost chasing. You wanted the Jordans, now you got the Jordans. Now these Jordans ain't shit. I'm about to go get some Gucci's. Who gives a fuck where the Jordans, man?
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Hey, and I'm telling y'all, don't, because y'all, listen, y'all like painting narratives. Boy, I'm telling y'all gonna know, because you know how they put those posts up like, hey, if I hit the lottery, there'll be signs. That's how you end up broke. You're gonna know. You're gonna see me looking like, hey, what's up with Larnell? He been like just wearing whatever, because it don't matter. It really don't matter. I promise y'all, it don't matter. Like, please, if you're a young person watching, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Most people I know drip head to toe, need a ride. You know, y'all wouldn't believe how many people that be drip head to toe online, pump faking, be hitting me up for finance. And I'm like, first off, go hit your parents up. I got kids. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Get y'all life together. Like, what are you doing? I'm a cool person, but the problem is that most times, 9 times out of 10 when that happens, it's literally just random. It's not like somebody I'm cool with. It's not like my brother. Like, if my brother hit me up, if Sal hit me up, we have a different rapport. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're just hitting me up random and I see you online pump faking, it's like, what are we doing?
We got a different rapport. If I hit you up, you know I'm fucked up for real.
Correct. But so I don't want people to get that lost. Like, nah, you can hit me. I'm a human being, but we gotta have a relationship, man.
But here's also the thing. It's where you place the value, right? Like, if you see me 99% of the time, I'm in gym clothes. I'm in workout clothes, sweatpants, whatever. Some nice little gym. Because who gives a fuck? I learned that young.
Who cares, bro?
I learned that young. I remember I was in New York with my cousin June. Rest in peace, my cousin June. What the fuck was we doing? He used to have mad dogs. That was his thing. Pit bulls. That's what he did. Breeded dogs and all types of shit. So, respectfully, he was in the morning, nigga be bummed out because he's going to deal with his dogs. So he got on his gear. But we just so happened to go because he just got a new apartment. So he was going to get furniture. And I guess they gave him the wrong color couch or whatever. So he goes in there talking to the dude, and the dude's trying to play him because of how he's dressed, because he got on a shirt with stains and dog drool and all type of whatever. And my cousin's like, yo, word? He's like, listen, I got more money than everybody in this. I got more money than this fucking store right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, what? He was like, this is what I got in my pocket. Boom, pulled out whatever. And he always used to tell me that, like, yo, all of this is advertisement. It's advertisement. Who you advertising for? 9 times out of 10, if you're advertising for women,
correct.
You're advertising for women. If you're doing this for shorties, here's a trick to the young fellas out there. Ladies don't give a fuck what you have on. And if they do, that ain't the type of woman you want to be around anyway. Obviously, now you can't be bummed out.
Yeah. There's decorum.
Yeah.
But you know what he's saying.
But
on your day-to-day, dog. Let me clarify. So I'm not saying show up to your job interview looking stupid, guys. We're not saying that. We're not saying go to the black tie event dressing however you want. We're not saying that. But on my day-to-day, like, yo, like, and you know what I'm about to say, like, bro, it's so bad when we feel like we got to be fly. Like, I know I used to do it. You used to get up and be like, I gotta go to the corner store on my corner. And I'm like, I gotta get fly to go to that. Cause I'm perceptually thinking about like all of these dynamics that come with like this stupid phenomena that comes with some of this mentality.
Oh yeah,
I gave that up a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean you can't get. That doesn't mean you can't. Like I got reserved suits for when I got to go do my speaking engagements and all my. I got reserved, but those things are there for those occasions. On my day to day, I don't care, bro. Stop caring. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go to Walmart, bummy. Go to Target, bummy. Go wherever. Just be a bum. Be a bum externally and internally. Be wealthy by building your physical, mental, and financial health.
There's no point in being dipped out.
There's no point.
And your priorities is fucked up. You
I
can't
can't.
You can't get from A to B, but you got Gucci shoes.
But okay, let me say this. All right. I'm maturing. So let me use the lottery as an example. The biggest group in the lottery that plays the lottery are poor folks, right? And we can look at it when you get to a certain if you don't play the lottery, you look at it as like, why would they do that? They're wasting all of this money. Oh, the average person spends about $400 on the lottery every year, and the average person doesn't have $400 for an emergency. They're spending their emergency funds. Mm-hmm. Yes, I get it. But as me and XL talk about all the time, having these conversations is important because at some point you can help enlighten someone to think of their world a little bit differently. But if they don't have that moment, then to a person sitting there with nothing, nothing, they feel like I ain't got the money to send nobody to college. They feel like it's worth the risk. They've assessed the risk themselves. They feel like it's worth the risk to take their stake at trying the lottery. Mm-hmm. The game is rigged. We understand what it is, but you can understand. I don't have to accept the mentality to understand how someone comes to that frame of thinking.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I agree with it. But I have to be at least empathetic enough to not come across as too critical, because there is a part of this that when you're looking for somebody to help you or consult you are asking to be critiqued. But there's different ways to critique and approach things, and you got to factor in like how they are experiencing their lives.
There's certain levels of yeah. So you got to, like you said, do what's enough for you.
That's it. What is enough for you?
What is your level? Okay, boom. This is even if we want to take the gym. Where's your level? Where you starting at? Okay. You benching 135. That's good enough for you right now. Cool. We're going to move up to 145. Then we're going to move up to, then you just increase the level. Because now what happens is your floor rises.
Correct.
So 135 was your floor. Now your floor is at 225. So now your floor. So even if you're at your floor here, you're never back down there. You know what I'm saying? Like your floor just rises. That's all it is. Like,
correct.
Like I forgot what football player it was. I don't know his name. He pulled up to the playoff game in a Honda. Granted, it was a new Honda. It was a 2025 Honda. But he pulled up in a Honda. Everybody like, you think you got...
Oh, NFL. Yeah. I saw that. Correct.
Honda's good enough for him. It's a reliable car. First of all, you can drive a Honda. You can drive a Honda for 800,000 miles before you even have to fix the shit. You ain't got to do nothing to it. All you got to do is maintain it. The man has enough money to buy whatever car he wants.
Yep.
But he has a Honda.
You know what that tells you? That somebody that understands two things. He understands the liability that a car comes immediately. So why go spend? Like people be going to get them expensive.
Now, does he probably have a
tire? You got to spend $500,000 to change your tires.
Now, probably does he have a Benz or something? I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has a Benz in the cut. But that's for when occasions. Oh, I got to pull up. Me and wifey going out, or I got to pull up on niggas, and niggas, the team is going out, so let me pull out my shit. But on a day-to-day, going from practice to the crib to run my nigga, I'm in my Honda.
I'm in my Honda, bro. Facts. And
it's like Joe Rogan.
We have to stop some of this mentality, man.
Joe Rogan, he said he likes cars. So he collects cars. Now, the people that have the money that like cars because it's just a novelty thing, I feel you. But what he drives every day is
was it his Tesla?
No, he drives a Tesla, but he has like a regular truck. It's like he said he got
yes.
He got like a 1998 like Tacoma or some shit. He just drives that motherfucker.
Correct.
This is Joe Rogan.
Hey, so I had an opportunity again, and it's that urge.
Jeep, that Jeep, nigga. That Jeep is. I love it.
I love Jeeps too, but the reason I could
like
have,
a tank.
I could have went stupid. Yeah, it is a tank. That's why I love it.
Like nigga, I'll run everybody over this. What?
You know, in my head, it's like the doomsday vehicle. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna attach the gun to this. We outside.
I had a Jeep for a little while, and then I had to get it fixed. So my mechanic, he didn't have a loaner at the time, so he was just like, they had extra cars, but he was just like, I'm gonna let you ride my Jeep for I think it was like for 3 nigga. I was in that shit like, what? I'll run everybody over this shit and not feel nothing.
But you know what's feel nothing. But you know what's crazy? So sharing a personal experience, do not take this to comment. I'm just sharing some of the thought process that I've gone through as I'm starting to elevate in my space. Again, I'm at the cusp of a lot of things that are happening, but I'm telling you, it's happening fast. So you have to, when it starts rolling, it's going to happen fast, and you got to get more discipline quicker. So, okay, for example, we were at a precipice where it was like, all right, I'm going to get another car. What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. So I was literally like this close to like firing off and just going to get a more expensive Tesla, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something more expensive that was not a necessity. I said, what? So then I sat down and I said, all right, let me take my emotions out of it. What do I want in my vehicle? And the real basic reason why it came down to me getting a Jeep is because I'm on the road often. I work in very weird environments, conditions, all kinds of things. I wanted something that can also power my equipment when I'm out. So that's why I got a hybrid. I can fit all of my equipment in it. I can get in and out of any situation in it. And for the price point, it made sense. So it wasn't an emotional thing at this point. I actually walked myself down from my emotion of it and said, what am I practically going to get? And guess what? You will see me in that Jeep for the next 25 years if I can make it work. If I will not get another vehicle until I have to. I'm going to ride that thing into the ground. No matter what my finances is doing. My finance is going to be climbing. I'm going to be in that Jeep. I'm going to be pulling up. And y'all going to be like, he's in that Jeep? Yes, I am.
Same thing. Like
20 years.
Same thing. Like I did the lease shit so I can swap out Hondas, but I'm never not gonna be in a Honda. It's just what it is. Like, I might get I'm gonna get the CRV because I need something. Because I need something.
Yes.
My car does good in the winter, but I want something with all-wheel drive so I can just be out.
Yes.
But once I get that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna swap them out.
Slay bros. Yeah.
I'm gonna swap. I might get the new one, but it's gonna be swapped out. It's not gonna. Yo, X got a Benz. No, I don't.
I'm glad you said that too.
Or if I want to get fancy schmancy on niggas, I'll get an Acura, which is a up level of it's the same. It's a Honda. It's just not the other tier of Honda, and then I'm done after that. I'm not.
Most wealthy people lease. Now they do own cars. You have people that are car collectors. It's a different subset of wealth. Most, by and large, lease because of the lifestyles that they live. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Some people don't own a home because home ownership is not for everybody. Some people I have my mentors are in the 16%. I have a group of 5 mentors. They're all in the 16% of African Americans who make $100,000 or more. I have college background. Do you understand that all of them they got condos, not because condos are this or that. They got condos because they don't want to deal with the maintenance of their homes. They're jet setters. They're always on the road. They're hitting this point that they're barely going to be there. So they know they can't even maintain that home. They lease their cars because they're barely there. They're in and out. They're going to be moving. So there is different ways to approach everything. Do not get yourself dead set on one thing or somebody else's comparison.
Like
what XL does, build something for yourself.
Niggas listen to Jay-Z say we don't lease, we buy the whole cars. You should. That's cool. That's nice. It sounds nice. I lease. You know why? Because all of the maintenance and shit is covered in my payment. If I drive my car right now and the shit just shuts off, I just call Honda. Yo, car just shut off. Just come get it and give me another one.
Yep.
And then when I get tired of my car, let's say I did get tired of my car, I could drive my car to Honda right now and go, yo, I'm good, I'm good on this. Can we renegotiate?
Swap.
I never missed a payment with y'all niggas. My shit is good. My credit with y'all is A1. I never missed a payment. I never did none of that. I'm trying to get I need a I need a CRV. Let me get the 2026 CRV. Wham! Now I'm in that. That's just what it
Correct.
is. Like,
hey, and I might I'm getting a business, and we're looking at business vehicles for the end of the year, and I'm looking at leases. I'm only looking at leases. Like there's no, it's if I'm running a business and I'm using it for my business function, I'm gonna be on the road, and I want something that's gonna be covered the best way it can be. Does it cost a little bit more on the front end? Yeah, a little bit, but like in the long term, when you're like he just said, when your car break down and you don't got to think about it, it's worry free. For a lot of folks, that's exactly what you need. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what you need.
It costs a little more on the front end for sure, but right,
all the benefits you get.
It's not that much more than a payment would be.
It really isn't.
It's probably like $100 more, whatever. But at the end of the day, you don't like wealthy people lease. You know what I'm saying? You don't know it. You don't know that. I'll give you a trick. If there's a dude that if you got a man, he got a car, and every year he pops up with the new version of the same year, that's a lease.
And no problem. He's smart.
No problem. No,
that works for them.
Look, I had an uncle that leased. He used to my uncle OG. So you know they're like Lincolns, them old generation before. So they're like the big cars.
Yes.
Every year he popped up with the whatever year it was, 98 Lincoln, and he had the 99, he had 97, and two because he's a lease. You drive, you take that shit in, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Boom. Correct. So at the end of the day, like, yo, you got to do what works for you out here. So many people are so like, and then here's something else I want to talk about too. Like, I see we got my brother Mike Slade in here. We got Mark Slade in here. You know what I'm saying? We got some people in here. Shout out to the rant. Dog, stop letting things get you out of your head and into your emotions. That's not.
Yeah. Let's go there. I was hoping we were gonna go there. Let's go there.
Not, like I see all the Trump shit going on. I see all of the fucking Trump's doing this and he's doing that and I get it. I know what's going on. I see it every day. I see it just like you see it. I'm on the same internet in the same feeds.
Yep.
What I am not going to do is get so emotionally beside myself that I lose my train of thought, lose what I got going on, stop my mission, stop what I'm doing because of what's happening over here, right? Like, I don't like I saw people killing Snoop Dogg. Okay, we can deal with that. Let's be honest about Snoop Dogg for a second. In what world would Snoop Dogg vote for Kamala Harris, him being a wealthy man and her wanting to raise his taxes? Right? In what world? 4 years ago, niggas felt differently than they do about Trump now. Even though I'm not caping for Trump, I'm just saying 4 years ago, it was whatever. Now there's more people on board with Trump because of how the Biden administration ran shit. That's just a fact. The vote say it. The nigga Trump won in almost a landslide. It was almost damn near unanimous.
Not even almost. It was a landslide.
Yeah, it was almost. I meant to say it was almost unanimous. That's what I meant to say.
Oh yeah.
He almost won all 50 states unanimously, right? In what world does a wealthy person vote for the person that wants to cut their taxes? See, a lot of these niggas say that shit. They say it to you to get like. They say it to you. Like, we got to stop romanticizing rappers. Rappers are regular people, bro. Celebrities are regular people, bro. Regular people, they do the same thing me and you do. They look out for their best interest. Trump got Harry O out of jail, the nigga that used to own Death Row Records. Do you think, when he pardoned him, do you think that don't come with no favors? Yo, Snoop, I'll let your man out, but when we call you, we need you, bro. See, in the upper echelons of life, that's how that shit work. Nothing is for free.
Nope.
Nothing. Everything is a barter system, an exchange system, and you know, everything is exchange system.
All a power dynamic. It's all exchanges of power dynamic.
Yo, I got your man out. I pardoned your man. When I call you, I'm going to call in a favor. Favor for a favor. Pull up. That's it.
The part that messes me up, bro, is like
even Nelly.
I feel like it's I feel like panicking.
Nelly genuinely stands with Trump. Why is that wrong? See, here's the thing. We have to learn how to see when you do this work and you're for your people, you have to be for all of your people, even the ones you don't like. That's the part where, like, people, when they get into their activism bag, that's the part where people stop. You can't stop activism at the black people you don't fuck with.
Correct.
If I'm for black people, I'm for the black people that is in the field, the Panthers. I'm for the black people that be cooning. I'm for all of us because I want all. Because when you look at the coon is cooning because he don't know no better. So I got to be extra for him because he don't even know he don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Nelly don't know what the fuck is happening right now. So you got to be extra for him. You got to fight double for him almost. Then somebody such as myself or Lionel or Mike Slade or Mark Slade that can see the game and know what's going on. I don't have to fight as hard for you guys because y'all niggas know what's up. But a nigga like Nelly, he don't even know what's going on. He just going along to get along. Feel what I'm saying?
But it's also like, I don't even want to, I agree. Let me add to that though. No, that he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on, but his choice is his fucking choice. Like, get over it. His choice is his choice. People are going to make choices that you don't like. Grow up. Yeah. Grow up. Here's my thing with everybody about all of this. Bro, we've survived. I don't think we have a real it's recency bias. We don't have a real appreciation for what we have survived and endured here. What our ancestors sacrificed for us to be sitting here. Imagine, all of these executive orders has everybody going batshit crazy. But the part that doesn't get me, and I feel like me and you understood the assignment, which was we knew what was happening when Biden came into office, and we mentally prepared ourselves for this shit. So we know what it is. Like, I might not like, I don't like everything that's going on either. I don't like everything that's been happening. I don't like some of this, like most of the stuff that's going on. But I didn't like most of the stuff going on in the last 4 years either. Right. So I keep telling everybody, you're talking right wing, left wing. I keep telling y'all, it's heading for the same cliff face. I don't care which wing you're on. They're flying into the side of a mountain right now. So I'm not interested. As a person who was out, y'all, I have a little PTSD from 2020. I was outside. I seen it. And I saw more of us out there just for the aura of what was going on versus actually having a plan, having a strategy, knowing what we were gonna do. Where I want to ask you a question. We're watching. If everybody's so affected by civil rights getting rolled back from the act, and I'm not judging. I'm just asking a question. Where are those groups that were around with all the letters? Where's all the acronyms at?
Right.
That are supposed to have legislative pull to secure that. If they're not, I don't have time for that. What I have to focus on, truthfully, let's just go to worst case scenario. Let's go to worst case scenario. The fear of the sum of all fears everybody's talking about that's panicking. Oh, we're going back to the fields. We're going back to okay, strap up, get your money right, take care of your family, love your neighbors, build your network, fortify yourself, get your bug out bag, get your life together. Nothing changes. You still got to get your life together to deal with the problems that's happening in the office and the problems that's happening in your house. But nothing's going to panic changes nothing. You have to prepare.
You're kicking that word. You're talking that talk right now. You got to lock in. Nigga, you can cry. You can lock in. You can cry. We going back to the fields. Okay, well, if you see where we going, let's get it together, man. It's very simple shit.
We're not going to change it on the internet. And that's why, like, I'm a nuance in the way of like, I talk on the internet, but if you notice, I really don't get political on the internet anymore because I really do it like in rooms where laws and things. I'm at the Board of Education trying to fight for curriculums to get into the school. I don't have time for that. I've gotten over that aspect of. I'm not judging because we all have to go through our evolution. But where I'm at in my processes is it's always preparation over panic. Always. Imagine your leaders that you revere and you read about. And look at the times that if you really appreciate those stories, if you really appreciate stories about Anna and Frederick Douglass, if you really appreciate stories about Martin and Coretta, if you really appreciate the stories about all of our leaders throughout all of this time, then you should understand and you should get a little bit of grit to yourself and say they went through much harder things than rhetoric.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you know how the government works, you know that them executive orders, they only happen on a federal level. Most of the people don't even deal on a state level. So
no, they don't understand the difference.
So they're not dealing on it. So on a federal level, yeah, they can roll back a bunch of things. But guess what? Also, judges have to pass those. People have to pass those. States have to comply with those. Then they go through. Like the ICE shit. Yeah, the ICE shit is fucked up, but Massachusetts already said we're not complying with that shit. And do you think they're going to keep ICE raids going up for 4 years straight? No, they're not. This is just a scare tactic. It costs a lot of money. Cost maybe, I forgot what the fucking stat was, but I think it costs anywhere from like $100,000 to $200,000 to deport somebody.
They put 80 people on the flight back and it costs $800,000. That's wild.
So imagine them doing that to 1 million people. You know how much money that's going to run up?
The thing is, so here's why I have a little.
You can't help the economy and then want to deport a bunch of people.
But here's the thing, like everybody, listen. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Pull it up. Get ready, okay? Your side lost. Your side lost from bad preparation. And I say your side, not saying I'm on the other side. I don't give a shit about either one of them. But your side, the one that's whining right, your side lost. You need a strategy. You need to find leaders. You have 4 years to get it back together and whining and doing the same thing you did. That I can clearly see that a certain party has not learned its lessons from the last time that Trump was in office. And like I said before, it's almost like the movie Demolition Man. You remember that movie with like Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone were like frozen in time? They came back to a soft ass time and nobody knew how to deal with Wesley. Nobody knew how to deal with a bully. That's what it feels like. All that tough talk online. Let me tell you what the right has figured out. I'm sorry, guys, but what the right has figured out is that y'all don't really want no smoke. Y'all don't really want smoke. You want to talk, and they know that you're blowing hot air and they're moving like it. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I'm cool with agreeing with this because I don't care. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do, and I'm going to build the people around me, and I'm going to build the institutions and the things that I need to help build the village that's going to get that energy elsewhere. But the truth is that you can't sit here and complain when a motherfucker won the House, when he won the Senate, when he won the popular vote. Yeah. What are we talking about? When he went out and did all people say podcasts have no power. Really? They had a big influence on this guy winning the election this time. Yeah. They had a big influence on the last couple of elections. If you're paying attention, you got to catch up. I feel like there's a lot of folks that are getting technologically left behind, like they're doing it to themselves. A lot of this regression that I'm seeing is self-inflicted because you don't have the capacity, or some of us don't have the capacity to. I feel what you feel, but I process those feelings. I don't like a lot of this. You think I like sitting back seeing the executive order signed about the 1965 civil rights being rescinded? You think I like that? No, but what can we do about it, though? What will we do about it? What will we do about it? Because complaining and whining about it is doing nothing. It hasn't helped anybody ever, and it's not going to help anybody now. You must stop. We must formulate a plan. I am not stepping. People have been asking me, like, yo, you see what's going on? Because people saw me outside last time. You better, if you think you're going to catch my black ass outside this time, I learned from what I saw out there. And what I saw was a bunch of people just emotional, wanting to act out, but not actually formulate a plan or strategy to exit. What I saw was organizations repping folks like a Monolith, and they are nowhere to be found while Civil rights is getting pulled back. So what am I supposed to do now other than create leadership in the relationships that I have and try to do what I can with what I can control and focus on that? Because the stuff that I can't control is out of my hands. What are we doing about these executive orders getting signed? What can we do? There's nothing that we can do right now. And if there is something that we can do,
you got
I don't see people doing it. I don't see people doing it. So
we gotta control what we can. We gotta control what we can control.
We can't keep whining, though. We cannot keep whining.
No.
We can't. That's how we got in this situation. Saying, ooh, orange bad man, orange bad man. Got it. Kudos. We got that last time. We got it this time. You don't like it. You lost. So what are you changing to not lose again? What are you changing? You lost. You had no strategy. You had no plan. You had a dead guy walking around for 4 years. You threw this lady in there and put her in a position to fail. And in that process, your plan was so poor that you even diminished the profile of some of your most prominent people in your party. Mm-hmm. In this process, Obama's profile got diminished.
Everybody's profile got diminished, bro.
Everybody's profile got diminished because you don't have a plan and you have too many people that are on the brink of being in a mummy's tomb that are deciding things on your life. You got to get some of them. I'm sorry. You got to get some of them old folks up out of there. And the only way you do that is starting locally. Get the right judges in. Get the right superintendents in your school.
I got to talk to that too. I just got to add that too.
Please go.
You got to get the old motherfuckers out of here, B.
Out of here. Pack them up, dog. Get them out of here.
We need an executive order that says, yo, at 65, you can't do this job. You gotta go. You gotta go.
This thing always made me choke.
That somebody gotta sign that. Where the fuck is that at? If I was the president, I would just be in there undoing shit. I'd be in there. What's document is sealed? Unseal this. Fuck out of here.
See this.
Unseal this. We're unsealing it. You're 77. Go home to your kids. Get the fuck out of here. There's
a nice little package. Here you go.
You want to be in it? We could put them in the advisory role or some shit. You want to do some work?
Thank you. That's what it should be. Correct.
Dog. We got Mitch McConnell. He locks up. The nigga locked.
He's a glitch.
Understand what I'm saying, people. He locks up. He'll be talking to you and just. You can't be in charge of my money, sir. My man made a joke the other day. That's why we keep sending money to Ukraine, because Mitch McConnell forgot if he did. Because he's locks up. He's like, oh, did I send that money? Fuck, I don't know if I sent it. Send it again. Because Mitch McConnell is locking up. That's why. We got to get, like, the young nigga. We can't get a 40-year-old to do this job, 45, 50. Come on.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We're talking about the orange man bad. I get it. He's but some of them people in there is problematic. We have 70-year-olds arguing about TikTok and Facebook. They don't know.
They have no idea.
That's why they want to get it out of here. They think we're just on. They think niggas is on there just sharing data.
Correct.
We bullshitting on there. We looking at niggas slap their babies with cheese and shit. Like we're not just, you know what I mean? Somebody who's 40 knows that. They're not sharing data on there. They're just bullshitting.
Correct.
We need to sign that executive order. Nancy Pelosi is 300 years old.
Bro, she could be in the Smithsonian at this point. It's ridiculous. Wow. We got to stop. Listen, but you know what's crazy?
I watched Joe Biden's goodbye speech. I watched it. We got to stop putting them old people in the office, man. For real, dog. That shit is like elder abuse, dog. We got to stop.
Man,
Joe Biden didn't say words. He said, this is a quote from da-da-da-da, and was like, blah, 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 and just mumbled it. And his wife is just standing there waving while he's talking. Both of y'all, go home. Y'all are old, and that's no disrespect, but go home, yo. Please.
Yes. And then, like, the folks that, because like, see, here's the problem, right?
Like, if you can't drive, you can't be the president.
Yeah, no, stop. If you can't ride a bike, you can't.
Yeah, and that's petty to judge my presidents based on shit like that. That's how I judge my presidents. I don't give a. Can you drive?
Can you make it?
Can you hop in a car and get it going? Because if you look at like Russia, like Putin can drive. This nigga drives a tank. Putin shoots the fucking 50 cal rifle and went 5 for 5, hitting shots 500 yards away. Boom. This nigga can't ride a bike. We gotta stop letting these old people in the office, man. Because they're doing old people shit. That's all. They're just living old ideologies. That's all.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
it. That's
and
it.
Again, bitching about is doing nothing. I'm tired. Like I am tired of the whining. I am tired of it. If we're not gonna get up, like, listen, call me. This is what the status I'm on with all of this. Call me when the revolution starts. Okay. Right. I've been outside. I did it, dog. I'm not.
Dog, you sound like me.
I'm not doing. Call me when it starts, because I am totally with the shits. But you're not gonna trick me out of my space right now by getting me emotionally charged, messing up my mental health, and all sorts of stuff by joining the pity committee. I'm good with the pity committee.
Yeah, you sound like me.
Call me when it gets popping.
And call me when it's time.
Because last time in 2020, I'm getting tear gas, standing in between young people who are just emotionally robbed by what's going on, not understanding the parameters here. You're shooting a Roman candle at a dude with an AR. Like, I'm trying to like understand, like, what is this? What is this? There's no strategy here. I was out there. I got a fucking plaque on the wall from the state for being out there and keeping people from going to jail and getting smoked by the cops several times. It's not an accolade to me. It's just the truth of what it is. And when I was out there, out of all of that summary, what I really learned from all of that is I'm not taking my black ass outside unless y'all are serious, like serious, like oh, I can't believe I'm saying, like January 6th, serious.
Yeah, you got to be serious. I was out there.
As they was.
I was out there. I was George Floyd and all that. I went to Minnesota. Was outside. Was in Minnesota. So
Be
it's like
serious.
I did it already.
But so the ICE thing, right? I think that okay, on a national scale, I don't think it's they don't have the resources to do it for 4 years over the scale of that time. But this is what I was telling people before, that Massachusetts, unfortunately, our leadership is playing identity politics instead of understanding this guy already won. Maybe we should start activating some diplomacy. And because we're tripling down, I do expect that Massachusetts is going to be dealing with this for the entirety of this election. We are, because we're a small geographic space that's easier to control. It's not like New York. That's why they didn't go into New York first. New York's got too much hard. Yeah, ICE is over there, but it's hard. It's easy to find people in Massachusetts. It's easy. Yeah. You can activate federal jurisdiction. The states, if they want your ass, they got you. Like, that's why we try to tell, like, why do you think I got out the streets? Because you talk about Big Brother in the state watching you. Massachusetts and the state police, they have the type level of surveillance. I was in the MBTA. I went to do a tour of the MBTA system for some consultancy. I ended up in the MBTA Police Command Center and seeing what they have for surveillance around the city. Bro, just find something to do to put your legitimate effort into, convert that into that space, and wrap that shit up, because they watching everybody. The only difference is whether or not you're violent enough or big enough of a fish for them to care.
Yeah, wrap that gavel. Yeah, bang the gavel on the bullshit, man.
After the marathon attack, Boston did what New York did. We had our own version of like the Patriot Act in Massachusetts. In fact, when the marathon situation happened, right? And they ordered everybody to go in the house. Do you remember this? And like, I swore to God.
Yeah, I remember that because they found my mother lived in Newton at the time. They found the dude like 2 houses over from her crib. In the boat.
But what was a phenomenon to me, what let me know that, like, oh, we're in a different place. in Massachusetts, and I don't think we understand. Like sometimes a person that's on the plant, they don't understand that they're like, you're picking cotton, dog. Anyway, my point is, when that situation that happened and they locked down the city, I was stunned that Mattapan shut down. I was stunned that the African American, people, like just diverse communities, they followed that order and stayed in the house. This ain't COVID. This is before COVID.
No, even with COVID,
order to say, hey, we're looking for this guy. And but for me, that was a particular, because COVID, like there was billions of dollars putting in the fucking mass hysteria in your head. With that situation, when I saw that Blue Hill Ave was empty, and I said, you think the terrorists on Blue Hill Ave? I didn't understand any of that. I said, we comply. We are compliant.
Niggas ain't built for what niggas ain't built for.
They're not. They just talk.
Niggas tell you stay in the house, you stay your ass in the house.
Like, what? Like, hold on, time out. Let me get it straight. They're looking for 2 European gentlemen, and all y'all black asses was like, yeah, we're gonna stay in the house.
And even when they was in
Mattapan, you think they come into Mattapan?
Even when they found out where they could possibly be, like I could see if they was like, yo, we looking for niggas in Newton. So if you're in Newton, stay in the house. I get that. Because I get that. But niggas was in, everybody stayed in the crib. So it's like,
but even if they said, but here's my thing. It's not the everyday. I'm not talking to you citizens. You citizens, I get it. Of course you comply. You went in the house. You're a citizen. Do what you're supposed to do. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all you supposed to be super tough guys that went in the house.
They're not tough, man. They're not tough, man.
Stop the tough stuff, bro. Give it up. We're in a different world. We got a different paradigm going on. There's a lot of capital. There's a lot of capital moving. Do you understand that Elon made like $100 and something billion more since the election? Because we're just like caught up in our emotions, and their team is siphoning all of the fucking finance from everything.
Yeah, they're not tough, bro.
We're gonna scream bloody murder from our huts while these people are building infrastructure around keeping us out of things. So it's like, what are you going to do about that? You got to do something, and you got to start with yourself. Like, stop like going online saying, I'm not going to be your friend anymore if you believe this, or if you voted for this guy, or what did that change? Who cares about that statement? You lost. Like, who cares? Who cares about you saying you're not going to be friends with somebody and you lost? Like, grow up, get a plan. I do not see that party moving in a way that is going to create a plan. Another caveat. And stop blaming us, particularly us, black men. When y'all win, you blame us. When you lose, you blame us. That's why my black ass is in the house. I watched it. I watch the last few cycles. There's always a segment where it's like, and black men. No. Don't play with us. We have been some of the most disenfranchised, disrespected, demeaned people in this system of America. Stop playing with us. We have checked out. You're damn right. A lot of black men have checked out the building. You got our women fighting us. You got the system fighting us. You got our children fighting us. You got the world fighting us. A lot of black men have checked out of the fucking chat. We left the chat, bro.
Y'all got it.
In that stupid ass group chat.
Y'all got it.
That's got it.
Fair. Y'all got it.
You said you got it, right? Have at it. Have at it. You got it. You can't stop villainizing black men that think conservatively. That might not even be us, but there's conservative aspects to my life.
I'm gonna keep it real. Politically, I'm liberal in the sense that I don't give a fuck what nobody do. Do your fucking thing. I don't care.
Yes,
I don't give a fuck. If you want to dress up like a fucking monkey, I don't give
a
fuck.
Mermaid. Be a mermaid. Fun. Don't care. Have fun.
In my life, I'm conservative. Keep that
life.
Keep that shit away from me. You're not about to come in my house dressed like a fucking mermaid.
Like what? Wait, time out. Wait.
Let me tell you what you're not about to do. You're not about to come in this motherfucker dressed like a nothing.
Like, bro, get out my pool. What are you doing?
Not coming in my pool dressed like a mermaid, motherfucker. But if you want to be a mermaid at the beach, go ahead. I can't tell you what to do. This is a public beach. But in my crib, fuck no, bro. Fuck no. So at the end of the day, y'all, because I gotta get out of here in a second.
Yeah,
we're just gonna say Keep your head on straight.
Keep it on.
We'll be back next week and have some more fun, man. Just keep your head on straight. Holla at y'all. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Peace.
Peace.